When looking back through Rey Mysterio's WWE career, a lot of great rivals come to mind. From Chavo Guerrero to Big Dave Batista, Rey's had his fair share of feuds. The man's fought just about everyone, including his very own son, and had high-quality matches in the process. Being somewhat of a Tajiri superfan, I can't overlook what Rey and the Japanese buzzsaw had cooking on SmackDown during the inaugural brand split. Let's start this video off on August 1st, 2002. Rey only debuted a week prior against Chavo Guerrero. Now he faces Tajiri in only his second televised match. Before the bell even rings, Rey makes sure everyone's awake for this. Tajiri shows what we expect out of him. He keeps on Rey and comes off as a menace as he begins to target Mysterio's back. The underdog takes quite a trashing before a DDT bails him out of trouble, but Tajiri immediately thwarts the start of a fiery comeback. Even when Rey ekes out a 619, Tajiri has an answer to his West Coast pop. A Rana from the top turnbuckle finally puts Tajiri away. There's a lot of good stuff here, but it'll be a while before these two meet in a singles match again. At Rebellion, Rey and Tajiri have the chance to win cruiserweight gold from Jamie Noble, who's being accompanied by Nydia. Unlike most WWE three-ways, this one's an elimination. This is why the SmackDown Cruiserweight division was a success. They let these guys go do their thing, and it worked. Noble's Tiger Bomb gets rid of Tajiri, and with a little help from Nydia, Noble retains the Cruiserweight title. They both get a 619 to a great reaction. They run this three-way back a few months later. Noble's no longer champion, so this is a #1 contenders match. Also, it's first fall to a finish. Noble takes what Michael Cole calls a reverse 619, and Tajiri lands a great-looking kick to Rey. Tajiri tries to follow up, but Rey manages a quick pin to walk away the winner. In April of 2003, Tajiri and Rey Mysterio actually tagged together. I don't know why this didn't catch on because aesthetically these guys look good together. In fact, they even managed to defeat Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the current tag team champions, in this non-title match. So this leads to a match for the tag team championship, right? Absolutely not. The very next week, Tajiri and Ray face A-Train and The Big Show. This goes how you would expect. The Giants squash the Cruiserweights, and that's that. In June, Rey Mysterio takes the Cruiserweight Championship from Matt Hardy. So when Tajiri meets Rey one-on-one in September, the gold is on the line. By God, this is art. Seriously, look at them. Hey, if the ref's there, might as well use him. Rey gets caught with a kick, but he bounces back by nearly hitting an early 619. Rey's sent outside where Tajiri begins picking him apart. The challenger keeps working the shoulder over. One good dive leads to Mysterio mounting an offensive flurry that Tajiri has difficulty handling, so he goes right back to Rey's shoulder. When Rey hits the 619, Tajiri once again has an answer to the follow-up. Tajiri mounts Rey up top, putting him in a key lock, but this only positions Rey to defeat Tajiri as he did back in their first match. Tajiri wants to shake the better man's hand. Super crazy, could have told Rey what that means. He's left laying in the ring. The next week, Rey Mysterio tags with Billy Kidman against Nunzio and Tajiri. Rey's too much for the Japanese buzzsaw tonight. Tajiri suffers cohesive partner power, leading to a 619 attempt, but he avoids it. One kick ends Rey's momentum as Tajiri gets the pinfall. For good measure, the champion eats his title. Chris Benoit teams with Mysterio against Tajiri and Rhino. When Rhino is accidentally misted, Tajiri's left alone to suffer double trouble. The blinded Rhino ends up being defeated by Mysterio. Tajiri readies himself because tonight he has one more shot at Rey and the Cruiserweight title. Tajiri looks extra treacherous as he controls the early match. He then tampers with the turnbuckle padding as a distraction so he can miss Rey. But Rey foils his plan. A surprised Tajiri begins receiving some offense, but it only takes one kick to hinder Rey's comeback as his ribs become a vulnerability. But for the sake of Tajiri's endgame, the head and neck are targeted too. The referee eats some soul food. Mysterio counters the handspring elbow for the 619. As usual, the West Coast pop is scouted and Rey pays. A second referee makes the count, but Rey's hanging in there. The stupid referee misses Rey's pin and Tajiri's red mist. Tajiri lands another kick to the head. Mysterio is pinned and there is a new Cruiserweight champion. Tajiri wrestles Ultimo Dragon and overcomes him. Tajiri intends to send a message to Mysterio with a post-match attack. Rey comes to Dragon's defense and lays Tajiri out with a 619. Tajiri tells Mr. McMahon Jamie Noble's been talking some smack, so the boss arranges for the Japanese buzzsaw to take care of the West Virginian in a match. The champion tries using his belt to cheat. Nydia stops him but gets her face covered in black mist. She's checked on backstage as she shrieks in terror. Tajiri really needs to be stopped, and Rey Mysterio's the man to do it. At No Mercy, Rey guns for the gold, but the challenger makes a crucial mistake. Tajiri works over Mysterio's shoulder. A DDT puts Rey back in the game as he begins to make a comeback. The West Coast pop is countered with a vicious powerbomb. After suffering the tarantula, Mysterio avoids Tajiri's lethal head kick. Mysterio gets the better of his opponent and sets him up for the 619. It connects, and finally the West Coast pop is successful. However, an unknown individual ruins Rey's win. A distracted Mysterio walks right into a kick, and Tajiri retains the cruiserweight title. After the Japanese buzzsaw defeats Zach Gowen, two toughs emerge and punish the one-legged wrestler. These guys were at No Mercy, but who are they? When Ultimo Dragon and Mysterio wrestle, Tajiri gets up to no good and screws Rey over. It seems Tajiri's building a stable and he wants Dragon to join his side. Ultimo's not receptive. So Nunzio and Tajiri take on Ultimo Dragon and Jamie Noble. Remember, Noble wants revenge for what Tajiri did to Nydia, and the West Virginian actually pins the Cruiserweight champion. Now's a good time to introduce Tajiri's goons, by the way. This one's Akio, aka Jimmy Yang. This one's Sakota. They help Tajiri put a beating on Jamie Noble. Rey Mysterio comes to the rescue, so this turns into a tag team match against Akio and Sakota. Tajiri sneaks a kick to Noble's head, gifting Akio a pinfall. Akio meets Rey Mysterio in singles action. Rey slides outside and lands hard, so Akio gets some pretty good offense in. Rey Ranas his opponent in place for a 619, nails the move, and finishes this with a West Coast pop. On the same episode of SmackDown, Jamie Noble wrestles Tajiri for the Cruiserweight title. Noble's distracted by Nydia's return as she's apparently blind now. Tajiri rolls Noble up and retains the title. As far as Noble goes, he stands in Rey Mysterio's pathway toward the Cruiserweight title because Rey must first defeat Noble in this #1 contenders match before he can finally end Tajiri's reign. The unchivalrous wrestler tries to use his blind girlfriend to take his opponent off his game. Rey counters Noble's Tiger Bomb and wins anyway. Noble tries convincing Nydia it was Rey who drop-kicked her. I'll go ahead and touch on how this plays out in a second because it's loosely intertwined with the Mysterio-Tajiri stuff. First, we enter 2004 with the Cruiserweight Championship match, grounding the High Flyers on Tajiri's agenda. Tajiri's handspring being countered lands him outside and the challenger capitalizes. Rey goes for an early 619, but Akio and Sakota earn their keep. Tajiri's game plan doesn't change, keep Mysterio from flying. And so Rey suffers quite an agonizing assault on his legs. Rey blocks the tarantula and he gets an opening. Rey's legs still work, but they're hurting. Rey uses a springboard right into a single leg crab. Rey hits a desperation enziguri. Tajiri tries to stop Rey from flying, which results in a slight ref bump. Akio pushes Rey straight into a kick and a running powerbomb follows. Tajiri's headshot is avoided and Rey ends up setting the table for a 619. It's right on the button, but the West Coast pop fails, which sets up outside interference. Tajiri accidentally missed Sakota while Rey knocks Akio off the apron. Tajiri misses a kick and a Hurricanrana catches the champion by surprise. Rey Mysterio has finally reclaimed the Cruiserweight Championship. Akio is sent to soften Rey up for his boss because Tajiri intends to win a #1 contenders match later in the evening. Sakota tries to help his buddy, but that results in a 619 to both of them. Rey hits the West Coast pop, and that's that. Now, about that #1 contenders match, well, Jamie Noble is supposed to be Tajiri's opponent. He's nowhere to be found. Paul Heyman says since he's late, Nydia must fight Tajiri or Noble's opportunity is forfeited. After Tajiri takes advantage of the poor girl, he goes for a head kick. Thankfully, Rey Mysterio chases Tajiri off before helping Nydia out. A jealous Jamie Noble shows up and tells Mysterio to back off of his girlfriend. The match between Noble and Tajiri does end up taking place. After using his girlfriend as a human shield, Noble wins the match with his Tiger Bomb. Nydia accidentally helps Mysterio beat Jamie Noble at the Royal Rumble, and then in a rematch, Nydia screws Noble again, revealing she could see and was aware of her boyfriend's abuse. So there's that. Not super important, but worth including here to tie up loose ends. Regarding Tajiri and Rey, they have another one-on-one outing in February, but it's not to the standard that they've set. This match serves to build toward a program with Chavo Guerrero. Rey putting Tajiri away in under 3 minutes sucks though. This was their last singles outing, so it's an anticlimactic end. It should be noted that Chavo Guerrero takes the cruiserweight title off of Rey Mysterio at No Way Out, because Rey wrestles Jamie Noble, Nunzio, and Billy Kidman to determine Chavo's challenger for WrestleMania. Right before Rey pins Nunzio, Paul Heyman stops the match due to a lack of Japanese representation. At WrestleMania, Heyman declares Chavo will defend his belt in a cruiserweight open. Rey takes his anger out on Tajiri. This leads to Mysterio, Kidman, and Ultimo Dragon versus Tajiri, Sakota, and Akio. Rey is eager to go after Tajiri and his henchmen as he wins the match for his team by pinning Akio. When Rey and Jamie Noble have a singles match, Tajiri sees to it that Mysterio is jumped. Kidman, Funaki, and Ultimo Dragon all get involved, so an 8-person tag team match ensues. Rey Mysterio pins Noble, and our next and final stop is WrestleMania, the Cruiserweight Open. Ultimo Dragon quickly eliminates Shannon Moore, but then he's just as hastily defeated by Jamie Noble. Funaki immediately nails a crossbody, but Noble rolls through and discards of him too. Noble's on a roll as he eliminates Nunzio by countout. Nunzio decides to be a sore loser as Billy Kidman nails this insane shooting star press to the outside. With a super BK bomb, Noble's finally gotten rid of. Rey Mysterio is next. He pins Kidman with a sunset flip into a power bomb. Tajiri enters the match, and for one last time, he does battle with Rey Mysterio. Tajiri eats a very impactful 619. The West Coast pop is avoided. Akio interferes but is accidentally misted. Rey immediately follows that with a flash pin, and that's it. However, Tajiri leaves Rey a parting gift. Chavo takes advantage for a close call. Chavo Sr. helps his son with a bit of leverage so that he pins Rey Mysterio and walks out of WrestleMania as the Cruiserweight Champion. I feel like there was room for Tajiri and Rey Mysterio to continue their rivalry. The thing is, shortly after Mania, Tajiri joins the Raw roster, while Rey remains a SmackDown superstar. That's where Tajiri finishes his WWE run, away from Mysterio and the Cruiserweight division, unfortunately. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. And so, this short video now comes to a close. All I can say is until next time, just enjoy wrestling.